Good morning. We are live from Vitalist by Sarah H. We're on Spring Lake Park on Lake Minnetonka, and we're so excited to be doing this live interview today, partially because we are going to try some amazing food. We've already started with a blueberry skookie, and I'm just going to turn it over right now to our guest of honor, Sarah, who has been on our podcast before. So Sarah came on back on episode 168, and she shared all about her journey and how she ended up in the food space and forming Vitalist Foods. And now she has a restaurant, which is right on Lake Minnetonka, and you can do dockside pickup, which is great. And we're going to show a little view right now.
The windows of beautiful lake view.
Yes. So Sarah, thank you so much, one, for having us here and for all this beautiful spread that we're going to talk about today. And yeah, if you can just dive in and share a little bit about since the last time that we had you on our show.
And don't forget to mention the amazing skookie that we
Yes. Well, welcome. I'm so excited to be back on your show, and welcome to my restaurant. And thanks for coming in today and being open to trying some unique food that we make. So we started off here with the skookie, and skookie actually stands for scone cookie, and it's something I've trademarked. And our skookie is we have a savory one and we have a sweet one, and it's basically a gluten-free organic cookie scone that I love. So
it's amazing.
It's
oh my God.
Delicious.
It's actually amazing.
Yeah, so it's actually, and what's nice about it is it's not too dry. So a lot of times you get a gluten-free dessert and it's dry, and a scone is heavy. And this is somewhere like in between, like something light and something heavy. And
it's very moist. Like it's the opposite of a dry gluten-free bakery item. Yeah.
Delish. We're both going to take some home.
Yeah. And so we have it in chocolate, and then we have the savory skookie, which is what our egg switch is served on. And we're going to circle back to that in a little bit later. And then right now we're all drinking it in these special mugs. So we're a big fan of Ray Dunn mugs, as you can see. And we're all drinking Brazil nut milk. So it's something special that we do here. And Brazil nuts are loaded with selenium, so it's good for your brain. And we use no seed oils. And we're both having matcha, and you're having a chai. And so and we have organic coffee, and we offer these hot drinks. So that's just a little bit of our starter thing. So breakfast has been a new thing for me to do. And that's kind of exciting. And same with dinner. So Vitalist signature has always been something like a daytime menu that's focused on salads and food that is designed to support the microbiome. And that's what Vitalist historically has been, a plant-based company that was done so people could be on a cleanse and support their microbiome. We've added by Sarah H to it so that I could showcase my skills as a chef. And we've added breakfast and dinner. And so Vitalist is the signature is laced through the menu. And then breakfast and dinner are more of like who I am as a chef. So that's been pretty exciting.
We're really excited to try your food. And can you tell us a little bit tell us how you decided to be in this space and what this space means to you and like what your vision is. And I just love the lake view. You must love looking out at that every day while you're working.
Yeah, so I've been on a bit of a healing journey. And if you circle back to episode 168, which we previously did, I mentioned that I had lymphoma. So previously I was in California for over 25 years, and my background was working all over the world with different people on health conditions and as a chef, private chef. And when I shut down my restaurants in California in 2021, when I decided to go through a deeper healing journey, I came to Minnesota to go to the Mayo Clinic. And for the last 2.5 years, actually, I've been really seeking out a space to showcase what I do that kind of reflected what the brand wanted to do next, and not even knowing exactly what the brand was going to do next. So by luck, and after 2.5 years of seeking out and going through these processes, we actually landed on this space. And being on a healing journey, there's nothing to me more healing than water. And so to look out every day and be reminded of the healing properties of water and have that access is huge for my journey. And so that's actually kind of how we landed in Spring Park. I feel like sometimes places pick the people, and I didn't know that I would be here. I assumed I would be downtown because that's like who I've been. And so this is kind of fun. And we are planning to expand and franchise and continue the journey that we were on previously. But it has taken a turn with the new additions to the menu and the feedback we're receiving and the joy people have in like eating some of our cookies and some of the other stuff that we're doing.
And you know what I find that I just love about this and you is that there are a lot of people that are really intentionally trying to eat cleaner and focused on the seed oils and eating more plant-based and just eating more vegetables. And you're bringing that to them. And the food is like exquisite. And I could say like Marnie and I really like food, but we are a little bit of foodies. Like we're not eating out at most places. And this is a destination. And this is somewhere where you can nourish your body, but nourish your soul too, especially like with having the lake right here, like you said, the healing properties. I just think you're taking, you know, what's healthy cuisine and elevating it to that next level because the food is like 5-star quality. Honestly, it really is. I mean,
it's out west, which is even more amazing because you said, you know, you envisioned yourself in Minneapolis. I'm sorry, we have that in Minneapolis, not your amazing food, but like you can find some types of vegan, healthy food in Minneapolis. Out west, there's nothing. So I am thrilled that you're out this way personally. And I'm sure everybody living on this side of town is as well. So
yeah, we've had such amazing feedback and it's been really exciting because the first thing I heard when we were taking this was people aren't going to eat it because there's not sandwiches. So, and that's actually kind of why we added the sandwich, to be honest. So I was like, we need a sandwich on this menu. So we had to create one and I had to create it from scratch. And so, and I had done some development on this in San Francisco. And Marnie's actually been in with her daughter and her daughter's friends. There was like 12 girls came in and they loved it. So, and that was kind of exciting. It's always fun when somebody younger comes in and they get it. And again, we're doing like all organic food. So we're doing as much local sourcing as we can on the organics and some of it's coming in from California, but we've really committed to sticking to organic. Excuse me.
Which is so important. I mean, we talk all the time on this podcast and recently just about why it's so important to focus on at least like the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 and what those chemicals and pesticides are doing. And you're making it easy for people because it's really hard to eat out and eat organic and eat gluten-free. And if you want to be vegan here, you can, but you don't have to be, right? And there's some animal products on the menu. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that too, because you're really catering, you're trying to get this to be a destination and somewhere people come for everyone, you know, those that are plant-based and those that maybe choose to eat.
The people that need their meat, right? There's some people that just will not go to a restaurant because it's vegan.
Well, or because there isn't a sandwich on the menu.
Yeah, right.
I'm usually the one that like, I skip the sandwiches and I go to the salad.
Me too. I'm not a I'm excited to try your sandwich because I'm actually not a sandwich person. So this will be the box.
And it's funny because people keep going, oh, you have hand food. And I'm like, no, we actually don't. Like even our sandwich, you have to cut it because it's an open face. It's an open face experience. And so I think what's super special is that we're actually bringing in a lot of flavorful food that we're sticking to the Mediterranean diet, but we're bringing in a lot of food that has flavor. And every ingredient we're picking, like every single one of them, we're choosing the highest quality we can get in that possible category. And again, we are picking all organic. So we're beyond the Dirty Dozen. Everything that you see on the table today is organic and very little exception.
Yay.
So we're going to dive in. What do you think we should try first? And we have like a whole table here.
I think we should definitely show the egg switch first because that's gotten the most popular attention in the latest time. So this was just written up in the Star Tribune. This is the egg switch. So starting on this bottom layer is our savory cookie. And so the savory cookie is a gluten-free and it's made with a plant-based milk that we make savory. So we put shallots in it, we put rosemary in it, we put zucchini in it, we put parsley in it. Wow. And then we blend that milk up and then we put it with brown rice flour and butter and a couple other little secret tricks. And then Marnie's not a big fan of mayo, so we switched it out for the mac Alfredo sauce, which people go crazy for. So it's macadamia nuts ground up with rosemary, a little bit of garlic and olive oil and lemon. And so that's the next layer on this one. Otherwise it can come with mayo. And then we have wild arugula, which is in season right now. It has a little bit of purple tint to it, which is cool. We have organic sliced tomato, organic avocado, and Larry Schultz egg on top with a little bit of harissa and black sesame seeds. And this is our egg switch on our savory. So this is like the dish that people come for right now.
So we're going to dive in and take a bite and let you know our thoughts.
Can't wait. So we just tried the delicious egg switch and it was delicious. I will say that I wasn't sure because I'm not a big sandwich person, but I would order that. It was so yummy. And the arugula, it just all balances really well together. And I love, what did you say it was instead of the mayo?
The macadamia Alfredo sauce.
The macadamia Alfredo sauce was absolutely delicious. So yeah, you should come in and order that for sure.
And one thing I was saying to Sarah that I really liked versus a sandwich that people eat really quick on the go and they kind of like inhale their food when you're sitting eating a sandwich, or some people aren't even sitting, is that the fork and the knife make you slow down and chew your food, which is something we talk about all the time. I know I talk to my kids about it. So you're really like helping with your digestion. You're not inhaling their food and you're just enjoying it. Like you're savoring each bite. Anyway, so I like that it's an open face sandwich because it forces you to use a fork and a knife.
And I feel like all the food that we're going to be tasting today is really like that, right? They're types of foods that you're going to eat slowly and savor. And now Sarah's going to talk to us about our next.
Well, I just want to say one more thing about that,
dish.
because one of the key principles we've always had in Vitalist and held there is that things are easy to digest and that people are doing something to benefit their microbiome. So we try to make sure there's enough living food on each plate. And also that, like, even when we serve our lasagna, we give you a little salad. So like there's a little bit of enzyme to help break it down. But I like what you said, that really makes so much sense, that we're serving you bread. We try to give you it in a way that you have to like take your time so you're chewing your food. And same with our drinks. We always say when you're drinking it, chew your drinks and, sip your food. Okay. So here we have one of my favorite dishes, the Turkish breakfast. So many times I've been in overseas, and overseas you can get a lot of food like this where there's like tomatoes on the plate and some really fresh stuff with bread and eggs. So here we have a poached egg, and we try to poach our eggs so that they're usually medium. And then this is again, we're using our savory cookie with goat cheese. There's some nice spices, cucumbers. We have pickled beets, some sheep cheese, some tomatoes, these little cute little peppers, olives, and radishes. So it's a really fresh breakfast, and it's all gluten-free. Again, like we stick to gluten-free. It's all organic. Everything on here is organic, and that's really exciting for us. And that's it. So this is like that dish. I think we're gonna present a few more dishes. So yeah, that's this one. So we're probably gonna dig into breakfast after we wrap this up because it gets a little messy.
Okay, we're back with our next breakfast to try. This is the mushroom tostada that Sarah will talk to us about. And
it is my daughter Sage's favorite thing on the menu. And I just snapped a picture of it before this and sent it to her because she's away right now and she's going to know exactly what it is.
So this is kind of fun. So this is actually on our signature menu. So tostadas go on our signature menu. It's an almond flour tortilla. We don't use corn much in the restaurant because of the intolerances to corn and the changes that have happened to that food. It's very GMO. So we use an almond flour tortilla. Below it is a sheep manchego cheese. That's cooked into the oven. And what's cool, you can actually get almond tostadas like that Siesta brand. They're available on the market. If you put them in the oven with just a little bit of oil and pop it in for like 5 minutes, you can toast it up and it's hard. And then it's a much better product than it is before it's toasted. Okay, so that's a great
tip, which I didn't know, and we used to eat them raw all the time.
They're just not that good,
and they're not that good. And we learned that, and then we're like,
they toast up perfectly, so it's so great. And then we melt a little manchego on it, and then this particular dish has the maitake mushrooms on it. So the maitake mushrooms we cook down, and we flavor it up with a little bit of a Mediterranean spice. And then we have radishes that we soak in a little bit of lemon juice, and then we use fresh sprouts. So today we have spicy arugula sprouts on top. And this is our mushroom tostada. We have a few other tostadas that contain mushrooms. The vegan breakfast tostada has mushrooms. And then we're launching the chipotle tostadas this week. And then you can get that with mushroom, halibut, salmon, or chicken.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
those all
Okay,
sound
quick
delicious.
question for you. So
Yes.
I saw that you are going to be launching some sort of mushroom tasting menu. Did I see that right? Or
So we're really excited about this. We're having an entire mushroom menu now through fall. And so when mushrooms start drying up, we'll probably reduce that menu down and put it back just to normal items on the menu. But between now and fall, we have access to a lot of cool mushrooms. So each week we're going to roll out the mushroom menu based on the mushrooms we have. Like this week, we're going to put out the chicken of the woods matzo ball soup, which I'm excited about. I love it. It's so delicious. We did that last fall, but we have the chicken of the woods. And then we're going to have a risotto and a risotto cake. And then we have all of our mushroom tostadas and tacos, mushroom scramble. We have, I can't even remember everything we have. We have a lot. We have a lot of mushroom dishes.
I can't wait. My husband loves mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms
I'm like
too,
such
but
a
he
mushroom
loves
girl.
them. And so for sure, I have to bring him out here and talk about this particular type of mushrooms, because we're not talking about the little cremini or bella mushrooms that you buy in the grocery store. Like you're using almost like medicinal mushrooms, right?
Yeah, all of our mushrooms have, so they're all found growing wild in nature somewhere. So they're not really cultivated mushrooms. And currently the mushrooms we got in this week, the chanterelles we got in this week, and the chanterelles we're putting on top of the risotto. And we last week we had black trumpet mushrooms, so they went inside it. But this is the maitake mushroom, and sometimes we get matsutake mushrooms. They sound the same, but they're very different. So maitake is also known as hen of the woods mushroom.
Yes.
So it has two names, and it's just real. I think it's rich in manganese and copper and zinc. So mushrooms tend to be rich in minerals, and that they're pulling from the soil. And they also have their own ecosystem and their own immune system and all kinds of things. So, we have a wide variety of mushrooms that we're using throughout the cuisine, and they all have their own individual properties. And then again, remember that sprouts are a major superfood. They have a lot of life force energy. So it's really exciting that this is actually a very, very great dish. And people that are intolerant of dairy can often do fine on the sheep cheeses.
Yeah.
So we do have sheep and goat cheese as a feature, with the exception of the lasagna and the regular tostada, that breakfast tostada.
Okay, well, I can't wait to dive in. And as soon as we're done recording,
I know Marnie's excited about this. It said mushroom
excited.
tostada, and I was like, she wants this one, not the breakfast tostada.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
can eat any of these foods for breakfast.
Yes.
Right? It's-
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
yeah. This is great for breakfast.
Right. Okay.
Cheers.
So that mushroom tostada was amazing, just like I remembered it. Can't wait to finish eating it after
Yeah.
this. And now you're going to tell us about shakshuka, which is another favorite.
Yeah. So shakshuka is a special dish that's very popular, like in the middle regions. It's kind of like I could pick up, it's like this red sauce, and it has goat cheese in it and poached eggs. So it comes with 2 poached eggs. And shakshuka is generally a tomato sauce that has red peppers in it, and it's got cumin and like some garlic and onions and a little bit of spice. And I actually learned to make it from my good friend Alon Shalom. He's from Israel, and his mother's Moroccan. And so this was a favorite at the breakfast table if you're visiting Alon in Palm Springs. So often he had us over for Palm Springs, and then it was like we couldn't wait, because on Sunday morning we all got shakshuka, and he would make it. And so I was like, you have to teach me how to make this. And so I have my own version. It's not his. His was you can't do Alon's food like Alon does his food, but so he put green pepper in it and some other things that I don't put in it. But this is our shakshuka. It's a spicy Mediterranean dish, and we also have lamb meatballs on the menu, available all day. 2 different versions, a little bit bigger at night and smaller in the day, but you can add lamb meatballs to this. So for like an $8 upgrade, you can have 2 giant lamb meatballs dropped into it, and then you can get that. And then so this is very popular. People love to get the shakshuka. I think it's like our second top selling item in the restaurant here. So people come out for it.
I love shakshuka, but I only ever get it at restaurants. And my younger son, I got him onto it, and he would love those lamb meatballs with it. So that's for sure. I know what he's going to eat.
So would my older son. And I actually make shakshuka at home. So I haven't eaten it out a lot. So I'm excited to try this one and see.
It's probably cold by now, though.
That's okay. Yeah. And now the next item that we're tasting is the breakfast bowl, which is beautiful, first of all. Just maybe you can talk about each of the components. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like instead of having a lunch bowl, you can do this for breakfast.
Yeah,
And
the one thing
incorporate lots of
I like
veggies.
is that we have this black rice. So it's called the forbidden black
I
rice.
love black
So
rice.
good. And it's local in Minnesota, I assume.
Nope, nope, this is
Oh,
not
no.
wild rice. This is
Okay.
the rice that was native to China,
Yep.
and only the emperors and the kings were allowed to eat it. Not even the women. And this rice is incredibly mineral rich. It's low glycemic, and it's a little bit, it's not exactly like rice. Like when you
No.
eat it, it's not like a normal rice that you're eating. You have to cook it longer. It's really mineral dense. So we love this. And now anybody who comes here can have it. It's not exclusive to kings and emperors anymore. And then we do a refried pinto bean on this. And then we have we cook the kale in this and the tomatoes. And then we put a little bit of ricotta salata, which is again that Italian sheep cheese that we get. This has maitake mushrooms in it, like the other dish. And sometimes the mushrooms strain on, if we have lion's mane, we'll put lion's mane on this one. Following that, I think I covered it. Oh, and then we have the avocado, you know, so we like to get avocado in. So this has all these good fats in it, a little bit of starch, a little bit of veggie, a little bit of mushrooms. And then here's the protein in the egg, as well as in the beans and the cheese. So this is kind of a really highly balanced, like historically there was something called the zone diet. And this is like a very zone diet breakfast. It kind of covers the basis and not too much starch, not heavy starch at all. So we do the poached egg here. And we will, by request, we do have a mushroom scrambles where we sort of water cook the scramble. We saute the mushrooms and then sort of cook the egg and then poach it a little bit still. But so this is a poached egg, and we stick to poached eggs so you're not having fried vegetable oil, you know, because we use olive oil, fried vegetable oil underneath the egg, right? Or fried butter. So this keeps the egg as healthy as we could possibly make it. And then generally we serve it over medium here. We can serve it a little runnier. That can happen. And sometimes people that are not that excited about a runny egg or
Like me.
or a yolk, we can poach it over hard, or we will scramble it if people want, or we even sometimes will fry it for somebody that's really particular about that. But in general, this is how we serve our eggs poached, and the poached egg is really an art in itself to get it to the right texture. And as we were written up in the Star Tribune, the egg was poached perfectly, generally speaking. We try to get that nailed.
But you're right. I think that's why some people, speaking of myself, don't do it very often, because you do have to be a little bit, you have to be paying attention to the egg and not let it overcook. And isn't there like a little bit of a science behind getting that egg poached perfectly?
I think, okay, so one tip is that you get the water boiling, then you put in a little bit of white vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can crack the egg in, and the lower the water and the lower the pan, the easier it is to do it.
Okay.
And then you kind of just scoop it over, and then 3 to 5 minutes really is the
And if you want it overcooked,
yeah, you can just like go to
It's
8.
easier,
You can go
right?
to 8 minutes. If you go to 8 minutes, that thing is cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I love how beautiful and balanced that is. And like, you know, if you're eating that for breakfast, that you're getting a very well-rounded meal.
Well, it's going to give you energy. You're not going to get that slump like you will when you have, you know, a bagel or something of that nature. Not there's anything wrong with a bagel. But it's you're eating a rainbow
once in a while.
Well, once in a while, exactly. Yeah.
So let's dive in and check it out.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the Blue Beauty Chia, and it looks like a beautiful porridge. And I know you have a bunch of different ones. So can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah. So what's kind of cool, I love the blue line that we have. So we do make packaged food. We make packaged drinks, packaged snack, packaged eats, packaged soups. So like that's one piece of Vitalist superfood, which is still standing. It's our CPG line of products and the things that are packaged up. And like you can find them in Kowalski's, at French Meadows, in the airport. But this is one thing that we just sell in-house, and it's the protein porridge. And so what's cool about this is it has granola, buckwheat, flax seeds, often hemp seeds, and quinoa. And then it's made with chia. So what we do is we soak the chia with a little bit of probiotics, and then we make a protein nut milk and add that in. And then this one has the blue spirulina in it. So we blend that into the protein nut milk. And this one also has collagen protein in it. It's a collagen protein mix. And then blueberries. And so this is a really beautifying food, really, honestly, for people, and people love it. It's dense. It's definitely a meal. It's nothing short of a meal. A lot of density to it.
And it's not a dessert, right?
You could eat it as a dessert. You could eat it as a snack. You could eat it as a meal. You could eat half of it at a time.
Yeah.
So it's substantial. It's 16 ounces. And it's not light. It probably weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's pretty heavy, and it might be the spoons, but it is a little bit heavy. So yeah, this is a signature item that we do make. And people really, this is probably one of our top selling chia drinks, chia offerings.
And I know you have those unicorn balls too, right?
Oh, we have unicorn balls. Yeah.
So I remember those from like a year and a half, 2 years ago. They're really good.
Unicorn balls were our first CPG product to go into stores. And that we have peanut butter, chocolate, and now we have an almond butter fig.
Ooh.
And we'll probably send them off with a little bit of unicorn balls on the way out.
Yeah.
And then you have the drinks too.
Oh yeah, we have a whole bunch of superfood drinks. So we have like our 3 signatures are the shizzle, the electrolyte lemonade, and the aloe detox. And then we have passion rise, which is one of our new favorites, which is like, instead of drinking orange juice in the morning, we blend the orange down. So you're getting some of the pulp, you're getting all of the fiber, you're getting a little bit of the white pith, and you're getting a little bit of the peel. So you get the whole benefit of the entire orange, not just the juice.
Yeah.
And then it has a beet in it, and it has passion fruit in it. We put a little bit of flax oil, sea salt, and fresh water. So filtered water. So everything, that's another thing we do offer to our customers, is you get free water that's filtered, and you can have it sparkling or flat. And we do have clean water, so you don't have to order a bottle of water that's in glass or plastic or something else. Creates more trash. We just have clean filtered water.
Yeah, which is so nice. We actually just talked with a guest
Yes.
about water last week. And, what do you do when you go out to a restaurant if you're focused on drinking clean water? So it's great you have that offering for all of your customers.
Then maybe we just introduce Sierra. She's one of our servers here in our restaurant.
Yeah. Come say hello.
And what's so fun
Scooch
is
down and come say hello right here. Hello.
And one thing that's fun about in our restaurant is that all of our servers and everybody wears aprons. And so we have fun aprons and signature aprons, and generally we have a happy staff. So
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard work today.
I know.
So this has just been warmed up if you want to eat it.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
And Sarah, tell us quickly about that you have dockside.
Yeah, we'll just do a quick
service
rundown of what's going on here.
Yeah.
So a couple of fun things that we have is, like we were just talking about the drinks. So we do offer cleanses and packs. So if you wanted to get a group of drinks together, we have a discounted price, and that can come with soup or a salad or a porridge like you see here at a discounted price, grouped up. And then we also have like snack packs that are similar to that. And we're rolling out some level of a subscription that'll be like a 3-day program as we go into fall. Currently we have boat packs and boat dockside service and just dock parking. So if you wanted to come in and dine in, you can park at our dock. You can notice us. We're on the Spring Park Bay, and you can see a gray building from the water. That's where we are. You kind of pull up to that great building in Spring Park Bay. And then so again, you can pick up from the dock, you can dock up and dine, or you can have us run it across the street and bring it to you. And then we have breakfast, as we mentioned, we have lunch, as we mentioned, and we have dinner. And so dinner is a little bit different than what the day is. At dinner, we offer like a little bit of an upscale Mediterranean cuisine. So some of the daytime menu is still available. We have some of our signatures on the nighttime menu, but then we offer a hot soka bread, which is really beautiful. It's chickpea flour, and we put it in a cast iron pan. We cook it and it comes out hot to your table. And then we have dips that can go with that. And we offer halibut, salmon, chicken. The Moroccan chicken is really fantastic. It's like giant piece of chicken with a bone in it. And then we put a raspberry sumac sauce on it, and like olive kind of salsa on top, on yellow rice with veggies. It's really beautiful, and people are going crazy over the halibut. It's on black rice with a basil lemon broth, and then the halibut with kiwi and cucumber on top of basil leaves. Really, people love this thing. And then we have a lasagna at night that's probably our top seller throughout the day. We offer lasagna throughout the day, but the lasagna is also on the dinner menu. And then we're adding a risotto, a mushroom risotto to the night menu, and we have wine and beer. And so that's kind of like the feature of that. We do catering. We do it in your house. We can bring it right to you. Or you can come here. We have a private dining room next door. We do buyouts on Mondays and Tuesdays inside the restaurant, and Sunday nights. And then, but the dining room next door is available most days of the week. Coming up in the fall, we're going to be offering classes. So we're going to set them up so that it could be done online or done in person. And I think maybe we'll invite Marnie and Stephanie back if they're wanting to, and we can do a class on nut milk making, because I think that's what jumped out. Or was that what you said?
There's so many things that I would love to do a class on, but that is one thing I would like to learn.
Yeah, so we do a lot of different classes on some of the stuff, so people can actually pick up the basic techniques to be able to really take control of what you're doing in your kitchen and do it in a healthier way. And so that's coming up in the fall. And also just like, we're really excited about the catering stuff, because that's where we've gotten the most positive feedback, that people want something healthy for their parties that's clean and fresh and looks good. And we do that well. And then we can customize it a little bit. And we have a few different versions of how we do that: pick up, drop off, chef shows up, or kitchen staff shows up. So there's a few different ways to manage that. And then just in general, we have products around the city at Kowalski's, at French Meadow. And I did do a lot of the French Meadow dinner menu and some of the day menus. So you can check out some of my food there if you're on that side of town and looking for something healthy. Otherwise, we really would like you to come here and try all the stuff we're doing here, because the entire menu is by me. And again, Vitalist is our historic story around plant-based food. So we have that featured on the menu always. And so we have a high emphasis on vegetarian plant-based food. And everything else is farm to table. We do offer lamb, chicken, salmon, halibut, eggs, and cheese options. So there's plenty of protein on the menu if that's what you're going for, animal protein. And so we really do have something for everyone. And I think we've done everything we could to price everything at a price point that people can afford with the quality of ingredients we're using. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, it's all gluten-free, all organic, and it's fresh. That we don't use any processed foods that you can't recognize or understand the ingredients in. Nothing really has much more than 10 ingredients in it, and it's all stuff you know how to say.
And I think what I also love is that you are inspiring people, kind of going to the cooking classes. You're inspiring people that healthy food that nourishes your body can and does taste delicious. And so you have something here, and then you're inspired to maybe create that at home so that you continue on. So you're not just eating this way once every so often, but you're doing it at home. And then that helps you on your journey to living well, in addition to obviously coming here. So
yeah, we want people to cook at home, and I hope I inspire people. Like
you do
more than anything.
For sure.
I've had so many people say, like, I went home and then I recreated this, and I'm like, that's amazing.
That's
like
what you want, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think anything, like one of the chefs I worked for in San Francisco, he said recipes are not state secrets. And I feel that way. Like almost everything I've done and everything I do is because I went to restaurants and I ate out at places, or I found something I liked and I was like, how do I make this healthy? How do I recreate this? And I hope that happens for everybody.
And people put their own spin and twist on things.
Right? Oh yeah, like, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
So I just want to say congratulations.
Thank
because
you.
I remember going to your place in Minneapolis. I don't even know if you remember this.
Oh yeah.
At your studio or your cooking space or whatever. And you were envisioning something like this, but you hadn't found the exact space yet. And you were talking about it.
Yeah, we were in the commercial kitchen the first time.
No, it was just me and you. It was in the North Loop somewhere. I don't even know where.
Oh, that was the very first time.
And I couldn't even
the
tell
loft.
you where I was.
Loft. We were in the North Loop.
I was somewhere with you, and you were envisioning this, but you didn't have it yet. And you brought it to a reality, and it's amazing. I love the space. I think it's perfect for what you're doing. So congratulations. And as we wrap up, I would love to hear from you. Like, what is your favorite part about all of this? Like, I'm sure there's lots of things that you love about it, but like, just tell us something that like really pulls at you.
Yeah. So, for me, when somebody says, thank you, I loved my food, right? Because then it's worth it. It's a hard job. Like, this is not an easy job. It's stressful. You got to watch everything carefully. You have to keep food fresh. You're an artist that's on the spot at all moments in time. Like, there's not one moment when you're not on the spot. And we have all kinds of factors, like something didn't show up, an employee didn't show up, the food didn't show up, the oil went bad, whatever it is. Like, so I have to nonstop be hyper vigilant. And so when somebody just says like, oh my God, that's 5 stars, or oh my God, I loved it, or the dish was great, whenever any of that comes through, it's just so incredible to get the rewarding feedback of, I loved my meal. And that's enough for me. That's a big thing for me.
Well, that's words of affirmation. Yeah. That's your love language, maybe, right?
Who knows? But because I am doing it for everybody, sometimes it's like, like it's hard.
This is a hard industry. Everyone knows that. It's a hard industry and you're in a niche space within the big industry.
Yeah. So yeah, when I get the feedback and it's positive, that's the reward that people get it. When the people are like, I get it, I'm like, thank God somebody gets it, Yeah. So I've been working at it for 25 years. So we hope that they get it.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
So everyone go to Vitalist by Sarah H. Like, go check it out. Spring Park.
Yeah. Let's say if you want to say code unicorn, because you saw this, we'll give you a 10% discount on your first visit.
Code unicorn.
Code unicorn.
And make a day if you live on the east side of the city, make a day out here. Come out and enjoy the beautiful lake. So.
And if any of our girlfriends want to grab us and we'll come out here with you, or your families or whatever.
Or you're hosting a dinner party or some sort of an event and you don't want to cook, or you don't want to just go to like a chain restaurant to cater, call Sarah.
Yeah, we have great options for catering. That's like, I think that's something that we can really do well. So I hope to serve you, and I hope you come to my restaurant.
Yeah.
Love to see you here. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go eat now, everyone.
All right.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me on.